Welcome back to A Good Pour. I'm Kathryn Good. Today we are here with Emily Runyan of Tennessee Mental Wellness. She's the founder and CEO of our therapy center here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
I just love that you're here. We've been able to work together for a little bit now.
Yeah.
I'll let you tell that story, a little bit of our interns that got to work with you last year.
Yeah.
But it's been just an honor to get to know you and see you grow, see this business established. And so tell us about the journey to establish Tennessee Mental Wellness.
Okay. So I started a solo therapy practice in 2017. And then a year ago, we started expanding and became a group practice. And with that, wanted to rebrand, relogo, et cetera. My old name was Thrive Counseling. So wanted to represent something that's more connected to Tennessee. And I was very passionate about creating excellence in mental health services here in Gallatin. You know, I live here. I love the area, really wanted to deepen the roots here and provide high quality care here in Gallatin. Okay. And another big part of the passion in creating a group practice was wanting to create what I conceive of as a win-win-win. So win for the clients who we're providing excellent, services to. All of our therapists are trained. We have them be trained in evidence-based trauma therapy called brain spotting. Mm-hmm. So we're a brain spotting practice. So all of our clients, no matter what the different kind of other modalities that therapists might use, we all have that foundation. And then a win for the therapists in that, we pay them well. We provide, we're an employer, like W-2 employees, and we provide benefits and a really strong company culture. So we want to be a place that people are excited to work for. Mm-hmm. And then the win for the community, we're working on initiatives to help give back to the community. So for example, I'm a member of the Sumner County Health Committee, and I help with physical and mental health initiatives in the community. And one of the big things that we do at our practice is we offer weekly stress reduction classes for free for any adult who wants to come to join. So, a way for people to have a little bit of alleviation of their, mental health symptoms or stress or anxiety. And if they, are not in a place where they want to do therapy or can't afford the therapy services, they can come to the weekly class. So
great.
Yeah.
So mental wellness has come a long way, especially in the last, 5 to 10 years, I would say. Mm-hmm. You have located into this adorable blue building, mm-hmm. Right in the heart of Gallatin. Mm-hmm. So it's really, for me, when I look at it, it seems like therapy is more approachable just by looking at it. Yeah. What do you want that building and, in and around that building? How do you want clients to feel when they come in?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a boutique, cottagey feel. I want people to feel like, I have kind of a vision of like a warm hug feel. Obviously we don't hug our clients, literally, but that the place feels like just a safe, supportive, nurturing place. We meet in offices that feel like a living room, just really warm and cozy. And we offer, we have our free coffee and snacks and things, and waters, so people feel just really taken care of. I didn't want to have a medical setting. I wanted people to feel like this was a place where they could like exhale and unwind. We also have this little lending library in the office where, self-help and therapy related books are available for them to just check out for whatever time they want to. And, we hope for people to come and want to be nurtured and really taken care of there.
Great. Mm-hmm. How about your staff? One of the things I admire most about you is how much you care about your staff. How do you want them to feel? And how has being in that environment helped your staff already?
Mm-hmm. I think they're all excited to be able to work at a place, do therapy service in a place that feels so nurturing, warm, inviting, cozy, cute, if I can say that. And the staff, one of my big goals with the staff is to help them feel empowered. So, they have flexibility in their schedule. I want them to feel like they get to have a really good work-life balance. And I, support them in having their focus be on their families, and then empowered to grow their careers in ways that are meaningful to them. So, for example, if they want to create a group therapy or support groups, we help to help them in creating that, strategizing what that might look like, and then marketing that for them. If they wanted to create online courses, we would help with that. But we just want to, or get specialty training, we would provide support and help for that. We want them to feel like this is a place where they can grow in their unique, skill sets.
Great. Mm-hmm. What is just a few things you would want people to know about mental wellness and how you help?
Okay. So mental wellness is essential part of being human. I like to tell people that taking care of your mental health is as essential as daily taking care of your dental health. So, it would be silly to think that you could brush and floss like once a month and be okay with your dental hygiene. Yes. So our mental health needs to be just like a regular part of our life. And while that may feel overwhelming to some people, nurturing our mental health doesn't have to be very complex. It can be, spending a few minutes meditating or connecting with another person, like true deep connection. Even cuddling, but it boils down to being connected to yourself and learning how to feel your feelings. And, as waves of big feelings come, like being with yourself in a compassionate way, all of those things help contribute to just regular mental health hygiene or mental health care.
So how do you feel like you do good work through this?
That's kind of an easy answer because, I'm a therapist, so it's so fulfilling and rewarding to know that, we're helping people with relationships, through our couples and family counseling, or healing trauma, or empowering them to experience, in our field, we call it post-traumatic growth. So this kind of new sense of themselves. It is truly an honor. I feel, I could get emotional when I think about just how lucky I feel to be in a profession where I am nurtured and fulfilled by helping clients and seeing their growth and resilience. I feel like it helps me be a better person, and I can't believe that I get to have this kind of job where it gives back to me and as I'm giving to them.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I love that you're emotional about it. I mean, you clearly love your job, and that helps, anybody get better, right? When you care that much about somebody and to pour into them. So thank you for that.
Sure.
So we got to help you do your logo.
Yeah.
And you said pretty early, maybe during one of our first meetings, of how much the mountains mean to you. And that has really stuck with me, especially as you help people with the ups and downs in life. So talk about the mountains and being outdoors and what that means to you.
Okay. So well, first of all, y'all did amazing helping us with our logo. And I wanted the mountains to be a part of it, but I thought we're not really in the mountains, in Gallatin, Tennessee, but it's such a part of, it represents so growth, healing, transformation for me. So I grew up in Indiana and was introduced to the mountains when I chose to work as a wilderness guide in the summers of my college years in the 90s. So I would spend summers in southern Utah, at a wilderness program for so-called troubled youth. And it was, very survival wilderness experience. So we didn't have matches. We had to do a bow drill fire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we didn't have backpacks. Well, the instructors did, but the kids had to wrap their stuff up in tarps and use seatbelt webbing to strap into the backs. We didn't have tents. We had to create shelters out of those tarps. So I found such a love and a sense of myself in the mountains. I never knew that I had, as this kid growing up in Indiana. I felt a sense of empowerment. I felt so much healing by being connected to nature. Like really felt like held by the mountains. And, and now the lake, is kind of my nature spot here in Gallatin. But something about the mountains, especially where you feel lost, or, we would have to do orienteering, to get to our next camp spot. And there are many times where, we feel lost using a map and compass, and having to sit down, connect with ourselves, connect with the group, and taking times to pause as a way of then being able to move forward. And I think that's what therapy does also. It's we're setting aside time to pause, connect with self, heal, maybe connect with your relationships. And that helps you find your way so much more clearly than just trying to kind of blindly forge on.
So one of the things you talk about a lot is being stuck. And, I think sometimes we feel like you have to have these major trauma to go to therapy. And at some point we just have to take a look at ourselves and go, I feel kind of stuck. What are just some everyday things that can lead to that feeling of being stuck? And why do we need to move forward? What's the good work in taking the time to acknowledge that we feel stuck and then try to progress?
Yeah. So we get into these like autopilot ways of living our life. And, if we find ourselves feeling just unfulfilled, like, okay, I'm just going through the daily grind, work, kids, family, whatever, not feeling fulfilled, feeling like a relationship or maybe workplace or working on a healthy habit, we're not getting any traction, kind of that sense of feeling like I see some progress, but then I keep falling off the wagon, so to speak, or backsliding. Those are some good reasons to seek professional help to get unstuck. Because when we are stuck, we're operating in that autopilot way. There's underlying things going on, most likely, that we don't realize are driving our behaviors and keeping us stuck. And I found that a lot of the stuckness is a result of us not really being connected to ourselves and to others in an authentic way. So in other words, the antidote to being stuck is connection. And it can be hard to realize, we don't know our blind spots. It can be hard to realize the ways that we're not fully connecting with ourselves or with our loved ones. So I think that's something that we really offer in helping people learn. Really, I think all that we do is about connection, reconnecting people to themselves and other people.
Love that. What is one good thing that is helping you in business right now?
Okay. The Good marketing team.
You did not have to say that. Thank you.
Truly. Okay. I shared this with you recently, but marketing has been the key that has helped us, 5x or more our growth in the last year, because we've done our regular marketing things like networking and creating referral relationships with other providers. But there was there's just, I call it like your magic fairy dust that the marketing team does that I don't know. I could probably learn if I spent the hours and hours in taking the courses, but by outsourcing that to a skilled marketing team, an example is that, I wrote a Google ad to help one of our therapists grow her caseload. And I wrote it specific to her, and we weren't really getting many calls. And then I asked y'all to help, and you did your magic fairy dust, SEO, whatever you did on the Google ad. And then within a week, she got so many calls, like has her practice filled up. Anyway, so that's been the most effective thing. And I feel like, realizing that I will never go back to trying to do the marketing on our own.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, just a little bit of history. Our relationship started by Ashley Hollis applying to be a Good project, which Good projects are kind of win-win-win for our students. I get to teach our students, our interns, and then the interns get to give back to their community through really a marketing strategy, which in this case led to a website and just a foundation of a brand. That was Gavi and Anthony.
Yeah.
We just talk a little bit about what it was to do a good project. You were really our first one in that model.
Okay.
And so I just want people to understand you didn't pay a dime for that.
Right.
And the kids got to have some really quality work. They actually used it as their DECA project that they got to compete nationally for.
Yeah.
And then I got to know you. So would you just, I mean, it's a huge win for me, huge good work for our business, but just from the recipient of the good project, would you just speak into Gabby and Anthony's work a little bit?
Okay. Well, I adore them, and I'm so grateful for the work that they did and for you supporting them in that. Anybody who lives in the Gallatin, Hendersonville area, if you drive down Nashville Pike and you go past our building, you'll see this big old sign that says Tennessee Mental Wellness with this logo with some mountains and lake, and it's beautiful and stunning, and your kids did that. I'm still in awe. Like when I see it, I think like the kids did that. Ashley and I lovingly call them the kids, even though they're adults now. But they worked with us to create the logo, and because that was a time when we were rebranding, renaming, and I wanted a new logo. And of course, I'm sure you provided a lot of support that, this free support that like.
And I will give a shout out. The Rich, our graphic designer, was a huge, help in that. Because it is graphic design's tricky. With Canva, we feel like we can all be graphic designers, but it does take a hand with a lot of experience.
Yes.
So he did help them a lot.
Yeah.
And that's part of it, is that we get to all share as experts. We get to pour into them and be guides, but then they were the ones that helped pull out that you love the mountains, and we wanted to bring that into that logo. And
yeah, they really did.
And now every time I see it, I get to think of them, and it's just shows you full circle what we can do when we all work together. So,
and that was a time that we really needed that kind of help, and we needed free help. So it was just a godsend for us. Yeah,
for me too.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, thank you for joining us today. I'm just grateful for you, grateful for what you're bringing to our community, and can't wait to see you grow.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.